So now I will ask you one by one, and you have to tell me which forces are there. This is the chip. Okay. This is the code. Yes. Tell me what is this angle? What is this angle? This is alpha naught. Okay. This is psi s. How can we say that? You have to go back and see the screenshot that you have taken in the last class. Okay. With this diagram, you can be easily telling that which angle is what. Okay. So basically, I am asking you about this angle. This angle. Okay. And this angle. Are you getting it? Say yes or no. Say yes or no. Okay, good. Now, Janvi, you tell me that what is this force and what is this force? Blue color. Blue color force, you tell me. FC. Very good. And this one? This is FC. And this one is FT. Good. Can anyone tell me what is this orange color force? Hmm? What is FH? Then this one? Frictional force. Very good. Frictional force. I'm calling it as F only. Now this one is normal to frictional force. That is Fn. Good. Now what is this force? Green one? Fs. Shear force. And this one is normal to shear. Okay. Clear up to here? Now, what is this force? This one. Resultant. Good. Resultant R. So what I will do is, whatever forces that I have written in short form, I will write it in full forms, which is FC cutting force, FT thrust force, F normal to no frictional force, okay, Fn normal to friction, Fs shear force, what are you saying, Tejasvi? What are you saying? Just a minute. Did I made any mistake? That is phi not psi s. Which one is phi? This one. You're saying this one. What is phi? Phi is the shear angle, na? Check the diagram once again. See properly. Okay. NS is normal to shear. All the forces are done, or any forces are left? How many forces we have? 6, na? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Resultant we don't show actually, because that is actually the resultant. R is a resultant only, no? So there is no point in getting confused. Now you tell me, if this angle is alpha, what will be this angle? Same alpha naught? Yes or no? Good. In engineering mechanics, we have studied the angle made between the resultant and the normal is what? The angle made by the normal to the frictional force and the resultant. What we call it in mechanics? Tell me. Not the angle of repose. We call it as friction angle. Okay. Here in a small diagram, I will try to explain you. If there is a block and that block is sliding on the surface such that frictional force is acting in this direction, frictional force F. Okay. So a normal force will also be acting, and this is the resultant R. Okay. So the angle made between the normal and the resultant is known as beta. Beta is nothing but friction angle. Beta is friction angle. And when you do tan beta, you will get the value of what? Tell me. When you do the tan beta, you will get the value of what? What others are doing? No one is replying. Manikanta, Sheikh, Asha Kiran. What is the value of tan beta? F by N. So what it is? What will get? Engineering mechanics, coefficient of friction, mu. Tan beta equal to mu. All these things you remember or you have forgotten? I hope you all remember it. This you have to remember. So this angle will be what? This is the resultant. This is the resultant. This is the normal. So angle between them will be, this angle will be beta only. Okay. So if this angle is beta, now what will be this angle? Tell me quickly. If this is angle beta, then what is this angle? This is a right angle triangle, na? This is a right angle triangle. This is a right angle triangle. One angle you know, another angle also you know, you're supposed to get third angle. 90 minus beta. Good. This is 90 minus beta. Okay. Now, from here to here, this whole angle is 90 degrees. This whole angle. Okay. If that whole angle is 90 degrees, then what is this angle? Tell me. This angle. Beta. How come it be beta? This whole angle I said, you have to take into account alpha naught also. From this red line to this blue line, this whole line, this whole angle, from here to here. Let us see how we calculate that angle. Before that, I will give all the vertices names. Let us start with A, B, C, D. Beta minus alpha naught. Correct. How it came as beta minus alpha naught? Let us see. This whole angle is 90 degrees. This whole angle is 90 degrees. Okay. So let us consider this as angle X. So angle X plus 90 minus beta plus alpha naught equals to 90. This is how I can write it. So this 90 and this 90 will get cancelled. And when you send it to that side, X will be beta minus alpha naught. So this angle is nothing but beta minus alpha naught. Beta minus alpha naught. Good. Kamalakar, you are also replying. Good. Now you see here, I gave you one definition of the shear plane angle. The shear plane angle is the angle made by the shear plane with the cutting velocity vector. So in this particular diagram, which we have drawn yesterday, cutting velocity vector will be in this direction or not? Okay. Cutting velocity vector will be in this direction only. And this is a shear plane. So this angle should be angle phi, which is the shear plane angle. In the same way, if in our diagram, our current diagram, if I want to show the shear plane, in this diagram, if I want to show the shear plane, how can I show? Which angle will be shear plane angle? This angle or this angle? Which angle it will be? It will be this angle. Okay, because along the FC only, the cutting velocity vector will be acting, and this is our shear plane, because the shear force will act along the shear plane. So that's why the angle between the shear force, the angle between this force and this force, that we are getting as phi. Is it clear up to here? All the angles? All the angles are clear? Say yes or no. Anyone having any doubt? Anyone having any doubt up to this point? I will write angles also here. Yes. Good. Phi is shear angle. Alpha naught orthogonal rake angle. Beta equals to friction angle. Such that tan beta will give you mu, where mu is coefficient of friction. Okay, up to this, everything is clear. Now, I will do the force analysis. This is very, very simple. Okay. What I will be doing is, I will be taking this triangle. I will be taking this triangle. Will be taking this triangle. The triangle in which I am having force Ft, Fc, and resultant are this triangle. Okay, I will draw this triangle here. Okay, this will be what? Fc. This will be what? Ft. This will be resultant. What was the name of the triangle? It will be ABD. So I will write A, B, and here I will write D. What is this angle? What was this angle? Beta minus alpha naught. Good. Now, which trigonometric function should I use to write Ft in terms of R? I want to write Ft in terms of R. Can I use sine theta? So sine beta minus alpha naught could be written as perpendicular upon hypotenuse, that is Ft upon R, right? So Ft will be R sine beta minus alpha naught. R sine beta minus alpha naught. Okay. Similarly, if I want to write Fc in terms of R, which trigonometric ratio could I use? I can use cos beta minus alpha naught equals to Fc upon R. So Fc equals to cos beta minus alpha naught into R. Any doubts up to this? Anyone? Anyone having any doubts up to this? Yes or no? No. Clear everything. Good. Now I will take another triangle, which is the triangle in which I am having the shear force, normal to shear, and the resultant. This triangle. Okay. This triangle I will be taking into account. This is triangle EBD. So I will draw this triangle EBD. So E, B, and D. This is E, this is B, this is D. Okay. So can you tell me in this EBD, what will be this angle? Hmm? That whole angle, what it will be? So this angle, what I can call it? I call it phi plus beta minus alpha naught. Confirm. Good. Right. And what is this force? And what is this force? And what is this force? Actually, the resultant will be in this direction. Yes. This is resultant. This is Fs. This is normal to Fs. So I will call it as Ns. Clear? Right. So now in this triangle, what will be my cos phi plus beta minus alpha naught? And what will be sine phi plus beta minus alpha naught? Cos will be, this is my angle theta, so cos will be Fs upon R. So my Fs will be R cos phi plus beta minus alpha naught. Similarly, my sine phi plus beta minus alpha naught will be Ns upon R. So my Ns will be R into sine phi plus beta minus alpha naught. Question number 3 and this is question number 4. Okay, up to clear? Up to this clear, everyone? Now, what should be the next step? Anyone? I have to take this triangle, this one. Triangle BDC. Good. BDC. So this is BDC. This is B. This is D. This is 90 degrees. This is frictional force. This is normal to friction force. And this is resultant R. This angle is my friction angle beta. Clear? So what I will be doing here is I will be finding the value of sine beta and I will be finding the value of cos beta. So what will be sine beta? Sine beta will be F by R and cos beta will be N by R. From this, I can write frictional force F equal to R sine beta, and my normal force will be R cos beta. So this will be my equation number. How much? My previous equation? 5 and 6. I hope that up to this point, everything is clear to everyone. But what I said is, I wanted all my relations. Okay, Sai Kiran. So what I said is all my relations should be in terms of cutting force and thrust force only. Okay, all my relations, whatever I deduct, they should be in terms of the cutting force and the thrust force only. So here, this relation is for thrust force, this relation is for cutting force, but this Fs relation is not in terms of the cutting force and thrust force. This relation is also not in terms of cutting force and thrust force. This one is not in cutting force and thrust force. Similarly, this is also not in cutting force and thrust force. So now I will convert these two relations in terms of cutting force and thrust force. You observe how I will be doing it. So you just take screenshot of this and you have to tell me that what Fs is. Here I am writing. So my Fs was R cos phi plus beta minus alpha, right? This was my equation number 3, right? Now what I will do is, I will consider this term as A and this term as B. A equals to phi, B equals to beta minus alpha naught, and I will use the formula cos A plus B. So what is cos A plus B? Cos A cos B minus sin A sin B. Correct or wrong? This is the formula, or it is sin A sin B minus plus cos A cos B? Tell me. Correct, na? Okay. So apply this formula to this Fs. Fs is equals to, what is my cos A? Phi. So cos phi cos beta minus alpha naught minus sin phi sin beta minus alpha naught. Any doubts up to this? Anyone? మీకు ఎవరికైనా అర్థం అవ్వకపోతే మీరు అడగండి, నేను మళ్ళీ చెప్తాను. But what am I doing is not so difficult. It is simple trigonometry. Clear up to this point, everyone? Very good. So you have to multiply that R also, because there is one R also here. So this R will be outside. Okay. So multiply that R inside. Fs will be R cos phi cos beta minus alpha naught minus R sin phi sin beta minus alpha naught. Okay. Now I will just rearrange the terms, something like R cos beta minus alpha naught into cos phi minus R sine beta minus alpha naught into sine phi. Just rearranging the terms. That's it. Now you tell me, what is this r cos beta minus alpha naught and what is this r sine beta minus alpha naught? See here. What is this r cos beta minus alpha naught and what is this r sine beta minus alpha naught? Fc and Ft. So what I have done here, I have written the relation for Fs in terms of Ft and Fc. So this is Fs equals to r cos beta minus alpha naught is nothing but Fc beta minus alpha naught cos phi. Sorry, just a minute. Fc cos phi minus Ft sin phi. Okay. Similarly, I will take Ns. Ns was how much? R sin phi plus beta minus alpha naught. Ns is R sin phi plus beta minus alpha naught. Okay, this is my sin phi. Okay, now what I will do, I will take A as phi and B as beta minus alpha naught, and I will use the formula sin A plus B. So what it is? Sin A cos B plus cos A sin B. Sin A cos B plus cos A sin B. This formula all of us know. So now apply it. Ns equals to R sin phi cos beta minus alpha naught plus cos phi sin beta minus alpha naught. Okay, multiply R inside. Ns equals to R sin phi cos beta minus alpha naught plus R cos phi sin beta minus alpha naught. Okay, clear? So what will happen? Ns equals to R cos beta minus alpha naught multiplied by sin phi plus R sin beta minus alpha naught multiplied by cos phi. Now what is this cos beta minus alpha naught and what is this sin beta minus alpha naught? What is this and what is this? Tell me. Ns will be what? Ns will be what? No one is replying. Fc sin phi plus Ft cos phi. Good. So this is one more relation we have got. Okay. Now similarly, we will solve for. See, it might look that I'm doing a lot of derivations, lot of things I'm writing, but you also know that whatever I'm writing is very, very easy and simple. Sometimes in the exam, they might ask you to derive all the formulas for merchant circle or explain merchant circle. Then in that case, you have to do all these things. Now the next one is frictional force. So what is the formula for frictional force? I will change the color. I will use green color. So frictional force F was given by r sine beta, right? If you want, you can check it out. R sine beta. Frictional force is r sine beta. Okay. Now, can I write this as F equal to R sine alpha plus beta minus alpha? If I write it like this, does it make any difference? If I write it like this, does it make any difference? No difference. Then again, you write it like this and you consider alpha as A, beta minus alpha as B. And you have to use the same formula, right? So I'm not writing the formula, I'm straight away applying the formula, right? R sine A cos B plus cos A sin B. F equals to R sin alpha cos beta minus alpha plus R cos alpha sin beta minus alpha. I will rearrange the terms. F equals to R cos beta minus alpha sin alpha plus R sin beta minus alpha cos alpha. Okay. Now, what is R sin beta minus alpha? F equals to, what is R sin beta, R cos beta minus alpha? What is this one? R cos beta minus alpha is nothing but Fc sin alpha plus this will be Ft cos alpha. Clear? Clear or not clear? The next one is normal to friction. What is normal to friction? R cos, no, this is not normal to friction. R cos beta. R cos beta. If you understood how to do it, you can also do it on your own and finally tell me the final expression. Meanwhile, I'm solving it, but those who understood, they solve it on your own. It will just enhance your practice. So n equals to R cos beta. So I can write it like n equals to R cos alpha plus beta minus alpha. It doesn't make any difference. Now I will consider alpha A as alpha, B as beta minus alpha, and I will use the formula cos A plus B, that is n equals to R cos A cos B minus sin A sin B. Okay. I will multiply R inside. R cos alpha cos beta minus alpha minus R sin alpha sin beta minus alpha. I will rearrange the terms. R cos beta minus alpha cos alpha minus R sin beta minus alpha sin alpha. So R cos beta minus alpha will be what? Fc cos alpha minus Ft sin alpha. Ft cos alpha minus Ft sin alpha. Clear? Now finally, what is mu? Mu is the coefficient of friction, which is tan beta. So what will be the value of tan beta? F by N. Okay. So already know what is F, what is N. F is Fc sine alpha plus Ft cos alpha. Fc sine alpha Fc sine alpha plus Ft cos alpha. Okay. It is divided by N. What is N? F C cos alpha minus Ft sin alpha. Okay. I am dividing the numerator and denominator by cos alpha. So if I divide numerator and denominator by cos alpha, so what I will get? Fc sin alpha by cos alpha plus Ft cos alpha by cos alpha whole divided by Fc cos alpha by cos alpha minus Ft sin alpha by cos alpha. Okay. If you are reasoned using again, then why are you informing me? It's okay, you don't need to inform. That will be Fc tan alpha plus Ft divided by Fc minus Ft tan alpha. Okay. So I can rearrange it as Ft plus Fc tan alpha divided by Fc minus Ft tan alpha. If you want to calculate the coefficient of friction mu. So this is how you will be deriving all the formulas when asked for Merchant circle. So basically what I can say, that if you have given only two measured forces, the two measured forces are what? Cutting force and the thrust force. If you have given the cutting force and the thrust force, then if you are given the shear angle, orthogonal rake angle, like that, other parameters of the cutting tool if you have given, then you can easily find out all the other forces. See here also you can calculate the normal to frictional force if Fc and Ft are given and if orthogonal rake angle is known, right? So I hope this is clear to everyone. You just go through it once. If you have any doubts, just ask me. The notes which I have given you, in that this method might not be used for calculation of the formulas. In that notes, little bit of difficult method was used. So you better follow this method because this is very, very easy method. Okay, I hope everyone is clear with this, or anyone having any doubt. It just look dangerous, but it's not dangerous. It's very easy. Say yes or no so that I can end the class. Everyone got it? Okay. Understood. Sai Madhav, Hemant. Good. Very good. Right. संदीप, तुमको मैं कल बुलाया, तुम सुने क्यों नहीं मेरा? मैं तुमको बोला कि क्वेश्चन का आंसर दो, तुम रिप्लाई ही नहीं किए ना। एंड टू, तुमको मैं एब्सेंट दिया हूँ कल के क्लास में। ओके कमलाकर, लक्ष्मण दास, श्रीनाथ, राइट, एवरीवन गॉट इट। Yesterday's class I have marked absent to two students. One is Sandeep. नहीं नहीं नहीं, नेटवर्क फ्लक्चुएशन हो रहा था तो तुम रिप्लाई तो कर ही सकते थे, ये सब बहाना नहीं चलेगा। साउंड नहीं आ रहा था? अच्छा, ओके, थैंक यू वेरी मच, यू कैन लीव।
हाँ सब मिलेगा, सब मिलेगा।